Alright friends, in this video I'm going to demo how to connect your EC2 instance using SSH and how you can copy your files from your local machine to the EC2 instance using SCP. So let's get started. So I have the EC2 instance running here right now. It's running with both the checks passed and it is running in the availability zone US East 1E. And there's some more information about your instance here. If you have it selected here, then you can see public DNS, then you can see public IP address, the availability is on the security groups. Now the security, we can look at inbound rules right here. So inbound rules right now shows port 80 and port 80 and port 22 open to inbound traffic to the server. And then the outbound is all ports, all traffic from EC2 to outside world. So this is the basic setup of the web server. And then there is the key pair associated with this EC2 instance is nilesh_aws_kp, and I had previously downloaded that key, and then I have stored it under C under the folder keys. So that's where the key. So we'll use that key to connect to our EC2 instance. So let me go to the command prompt here. So this is my command prompt. Now I'm going to start typing the SSH command, and then we'll see how it connects to the EC2 instance. So the SSH command is SSH-I. So then it is our identity file. So identity file is C keys / and then let me go here, and then we copy the file name from here. I got the file name .pem, and then I need to type in the user EC2-user @ and then I need the DNS for the server. So the DNS for server is right here. So let me copy that and go back to it. So that's that. And let's see, it connects. All right, let's see what this command does. And let me hit enter. All right, so it gave an error. So it's saying it is required that your private key files be not accessible by others. Okay. And so right now so there's permission issue with this. So we'll see how we can resolve it. So let's look at the permissions for the file. So this is the file, and let me right click. So it says properties, and then under security. And if you look at this, setting, it says permission for authenticated users. So then click on advanced. So there are multiple users having multiple access. So click on advanced. And so it says there are multiple users that has access to this file, and what the SSH needs is that the key file should be secure, and only the user who is supposed to access should be the only one having access and no one else. So let's see how we can fix that in Windows. So in Linux or Unix based operating system, you can just do chmod 400 and then that will resolve. But in Windows, there's slightly involved process. So I'll show you that. All right, so this is how you do it. So first you need to do is you need to remove all these users and then just add that user. So what we'll do is we'll first disable the inheritance. So we'll just say disable inheritance, and it says convert inherited permissions to explicit. We'll select that. And so now it is all just the permissions themselves. So we'll remove all of this. So we'll say remove. We'll remove the users. Okay. But now we need to add the user which you are logged in as on your laptop. So also user, and take a minute. So then you select OK, and then you say full control for that user, and then you click OK, and now you just have that user having full control and no one else. So now that should work. So click OK, and then click OK and apply, and then now we'll try running the command again. All right, so let's try that command again. So I just press the up arrow key and then command appears, and let me try that. Okay, there it is. So now we are connected to Amazon Linux to AMI. So we are connected, and then what we can do is we can check. So we have cd var /html, and then if you do ls-lat, then you have that file. So now this is the file that we had seen earlier, and then this was so now what you can do is you can do things like you can edit this file, and then you can do vi this is my new file for EC2 web server. Save it, and then you refresh it, then it should show this new file. So you can make things, you can make edits, and you can run commands, things like that, and that can be very useful. So you are able to SSH using these commands. Now let me show you how you can SCP how you can SCP to your EC2 instance also. So essentially it's the same thing. So let me go to the command prompt. Okay, so this I will open SSH or SCP in another command prompt. What I'll do is I'm going to copy the files from C keys index.html. So index.html looks like this right now. So it looks, so I'm going to replace that with this page uploaded from my desktop. So that's what it shows, HTML. Okay, so I'm going to upload this file and then we'll see how that works. Okay, so close that file. So for the SCP command, it's pretty straightforward. So say SCP, and then you can use the identity. So you say I, let me copy the I from here. So I have the keys, and then we need to have the file that we want, the source, and then the destination is EC2-user at, and then we'll get the DNS, and then colon, and then we'll name the location. So var //html. Okay, and let's hit enter. So it copied the file. Now let's check here. Okay, and then cat. Okay, so you have the file uploaded from the desktop. Now let's see if it really truly reflects in the web server or the web page also. So if I refresh, yep, so page uploaded from a desk. So it did copy. So these are the commands: scp-i, the identity key, and then key location, and then the source file, and there's the destination information starting with the user at the server name colon, and then the location where you want to copy. So these are the SCP and SSH commands. And then there is one more way you can connect using, like you did that, you were able to do SSH from your command prompt. But there is another way also you can do it, is you can go here and then you can click connect, and then there are multiple options, but the third option says browser based SSH connection. So you can do connect here, and then it should open up SSH connection to your EC2 server. There it is. So there are multiple ways of connecting to your EC2 instance using SSH and SCP. I hope you find this useful. I struggled a little because I couldn't find instructions on how to update the permissions for the PEM, the key file. So that's why I wanted to make the video and show how it's done on Windows. For the Linux-based system, it's pretty straightforward. You just do permission setup. So 400. So that's only for the owner, the permission. So once you do that, then it will start working. But that's what I wanted to show. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you learned something from it. So thanks very much.